What's going on here? We know exactly what's going on here. All right, I'm streaming a day I don't normally stream. We know what's happening here. Disney Queen, welcome in. Hello. What's up, E-Gamer? Doc. Mrs. Flash is away. That is correct. She went out with a friend tonight. she's technically on her way home, but yeah. That is literally what happened. Spot on. Beanie, thank you for the 16 months. What game? We're doing some Phasmo. We're not just doing Phasmo. We're doing Phasmo with Mr. Chinggis. Yeah. So it'll be good times. Now he has already pre-warned me that his brain is all kinds of a jumbles tonight. So I don't know. We might get some funny moments of him not living. Yeah. When doing the weekly? Already did it. Yeah, it's already done. Done. Kaputs. Finched. Watching the YouTube video, you getting the Tanglewood Terror Challenge. Tanglewood Terror Challenge. The what? What's up, BC? Welcome in. First time chatters. Hello. Good to see you guys. Hello. You should prank him with the... No. I would not do that to him. He knows I wouldn't do that to him. Why? Because he wouldn't do that to me. No. Bad. We are the Revengers. That Chinggis and I have our title for a reason. We only go after people that go after us. If somebody comes after me with a cursed object, they're not going to live very long. I'm bad. So I usually stay away from it, okay? No, I would not do that to him ever. Play, thank you for the 5 months. Jimbo, thank you for coming back, dude, for the 14. And Locke, thank you for the 19 months. These resubs are getting long, dude. Freaking long. Toriel, thank you for the 19. Good God. Accidental. No. Yeah, we're doing Phasmo tonight. Yeah. Doing some Phas with Mr. Chinggis. He's about to go away on vacation for a bit, so it's nice that Phasmo is a game that you can play and you can lose yourself in it without having to think too hard. You know what I mean? Mayor, that's the first time I've seen that badge next to your name. Why is that the first time I've seen it? Bonus stream. Hello. That's a really cool looking badge. Yeah, is that the mod? Whatever, you know what I mean? Is that a part of like the mod thingy that you applied for? It became available to more people today. Nice. Very, very nice. Twin Mama, thank you for the Prime sub. And Nico, thank you for the biddies. Thank you guys so much. Hello. Always get killed by the cursed objects. I'm not even the one who uses them. Innocent bystander. Is that a Phas ghost behind you? There's nothing behind me. Got my friend to play his first games on Phas. Unfortunately, he got a rev and cried. I wheezed so hard. Did you say welcome to Phasmo and then just like leave? That's the introduction they should have gotten. That's the one they deserved. Little Iron Lady, hello. Yep, there we go. Now we're talking. Good deal. I like it. Lane, hello. Happy Thursday. Hello, friends. Yes, it is not Friday. It is Thursday. Hello. We are doing an extra stream tonight. The Missives was away, so Flash will play. That's really the motto if I'm streaming a day I don't normally stream. Yeah. Normally, like on the days I don't normally stream, we're hanging out. But she went to go hang out with her friend tonight. So I saw what time it was, and she wasn't even on her way home yet. I'm like, yeah, we're going to stream. What's up, Drakus? Talking about the silhouette behind. There's nothing behind me. People keep saying that all the time. Was watching one of the YouTube videos just now, actually the weekly that was posted 8 hours ago. I'm new to Phas. So far, you're the only content creator for Phas I've enjoyed. Oh, but there's Moth. There's so many. That's so kind of you to say. Seriously, that's really, really nice. Is the music too loud? Hold on. That's super kind of you to say. There are so many good Phasmo creators. And when I say good, I don't even necessarily mean like they're amazing at the game necessarily. What I mean by that is just they're awesome creators that hard focus Phas and then also play other stuff. There's a lot of really good ones. I highly suggest perusing. I'm playing with one of them tonight. Okay. Mr. Chinggis. There's so many great creators. See, only chat can see the silhouette. There's nothing back there. You guys are crazy. Fear, thank you for the 2 years. Oh my God. And Comet, thank you for the freaking resub. Wait, no, Comet, thank you for the new sub, dude. Oh my God. Check them out. Yeah, there's so many great ones. Just every now and then, just do a nice little scroll. Look, take a peek. If you don't like it, you can always just back away and try another one. Easiest way. My favorite ghost, Mimic. Easy. Easy peasy. Mimic. Insim's another good one. He's another good one. There's a lot of good ones, dude. Archmage, thank you so much for coming in, friend. Good to see you on a day I don't normally stream. Hello. What's up, Christian? There's a flying pig behind you. Is there really? Play with Insim. The hard part with that, we never really were ever able to really do that because our timing never lines up. When he streams, I'm at work. When I stream, he's asleep. It just doesn't work out. I'm not a full-time creator. Kind of scary to me, honestly. One of the creators kicked me out of their server for no reason. Didn't even talk in it. Did something weird happen in their stream, maybe? What's up, Logan? Good to see you. Hello. Neptune, thank you for the biddies. Greeky, thank you for the sub. And DM. Oh, weird. That's weird. My least favorite ghost. As of right now, the Ure is up there pretty high. Yeah. Up there pretty high. Every ghost has the ability, every ghost can do the Ure ability right now. That just makes the Ure so much worse. The Flash logo sign's pretty sweet. Where'd you get it? I have had this thing for a long time. If you do exclamate, oh, never mind. There you go. Mayor's too damn fast. There is a company that I had partnered with ages ago called Brynix Solutions, and they had created that custom for me. Yeah. At some point, we might get that sign updated to a better version of itself, but we'll see, I guess. Hey, Momo, saying a quick hello. Have a great stream. Thank you for stopping in, friend. Good to see you. And Moth, thank you for the sub. Captain Baby Boom, thank you for the 11 months. Break, I know. Listen, I know I'm confusing you. You can just pretend it's Friday and just not go to work tomorrow. I mean, you're welcome. Horizontal time with a bonus stream, with a bonus flash stream. Big hype. I should like put that on a shirt. What's on my shirt? Just nostalgia. Can you tell my boss that's why I'm not? Absolutely. Yeah, it's log. Yeah, it's log. Do you play any other games? Well, I hard focus Phasmo as in like it's my main game. But if you go to my YouTube channel, on my YouTube channel, I've got playlists of other games. So like random games or random horror, multiple playlists that show all the different games that we play. So yeah, like tomorrow, the first game that I'm playing tomorrow is that Netflix horror game, Unhinged or whatever it's called. Yeah, we're starting with that tomorrow. Do you play Phas in VR? I have not played Phas in VR in a long time. It's because with my old PC, it didn't cooperate a lot. I'm going to try at some point with this one, but I'm waiting for the Phas bug fixes to happen. Once that happens and we know the game is in a better state, then I'll think about it. But right now, hell no. Absolutely not. Found on YouTube, learning a lot. Love the videos so much. I'm trying Twitch for the first time. Well, welcome over, M. Shaw. Great to have you. Wait, is this your first time ever on Twitch? Flame, thank you for the 8 months. Thug Nuggies, thank you for the 10. Still love that name. Fairy Jester, thank you for the 15. Yes, welcome. If you have any questions about Twitch in general, always please feel free to ask. There's so many people here that are so helpful. Seriously, don't be afraid of like, hey, how do I do this? What is that? I don't know what that logo is. What's that? How do you do this? Trust. It's way better to do that than to just sit there and wonder, not knowing what the hell you're staring at. Comets fan. Thank you for the 5 subs, dude. I was saying in Chinggis' stream about you and Coach playing in VR. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. she's good with VR. I just don't know if she would be willing to get back into it for Phas. Maybe we'll test the waters at some point, and we're gonna have a coach day. That's going to happen no matter whether she likes it or not. Yeah, when all this stuff starts to happen, yeah. Question about how do I change my profile picture? It just won't let me. I don't know, Cap. I don't know why it's not letting you. Maybe logging out back in. Zappini, GG's on the VIP. Yeah, we're having a good day today. Some work things were not the greatest thing in the world, but you know what though? Whatever. It's all good in the hood. Hooking up the VR headset to the PC hard. I mean, A, it depends on the type of VR that you have. B, it depends on what extra software you like to use. So like the reason it makes it a little harder for me is because I'm streaming and I want to be able to see chat and activity and things like that. And I'm using an Oculus. So I don't know. I need a newer VR, honestly. I think that's going to be what I need to do, like the Steam one or something. I think that would make it so much better. Oh, I would absolutely do more Phas VR if that was the case, because I have no problem with motion sickness. None. When it comes to especially VR, no point do I feel motion sick. The only thing I would possibly feel with like the pressure on my head might give me a headache. But beyond that, though, not bad. It's very hard. I would go for Steam. Yeah, I'm going to check it out. We'll check it out at some point. Yeah, Fedoria, hello. It glitches. It sucks. Like, I'm sorry, not sucks. When trying to go through Steam and do all that stuff, not fun. There's always problems. Always problems. All right, I'm going to go ahead and open Phasmo. I have Chinggis open on my phone. I thought he was going to run a game without me. I don't think he is. We're going to floor it. We're going to get in there. Yes, if you got gifted a sub by comment, please make sure to always thank your gifters, friends. Always. Hi, Carrie. Juju, hello. Just joined his lobby. Thank you, Mayor. Mr. Chinggis. Yeah. Mr. Chinggis.
Welcome back. I
All right.
prepared some jobs for you.
Keymations, welcome in. How are you? Don't let him smudge you. Oh, no. I won't have a problem with that. I think the fear is him not smudging. I think is what we're getting at. Millsy, what up, homie? Dub, thank you for the 34 months. My God, dude, I'm telling you, some of these are so freaking so long. Giggity. Cheyenne, thank you for the 23-month Prime brand. All right, we're gonna join on Mr. Chinggis. We'll keep talking. We'll keep doing the things I've pushed to talk, so we'll be fine. There he is. Let's do the things. Ooh woo. My favorite cursed object is the music box. 100%. Music box is the best. The best. You actually read chat? Yeah, who doesn't? Of course I do. Why would I stream if I didn't read chat? Elias, thank you for the 31 months. Korea, thank you for the biddies. Gerson, thank you for the tier 3, 8 months. What the fuck? Ay, caramba. Put you on while I try to get some sleep because it's 3 a.m. Good night, friend. Sorry, I'm nervous.
It's all right. There's a lot of people watching us right now. I'm scared. I'm scared too. Hi,
God,
Mr.
level
Flash.
7. Hello, Mr. Chinggis. How are you doing, sir? I know I was already talking to you.
I'm doing kind of.
Key, thank you for the
I know,
follow.
I know. Wait, oh my God, I haven't seen you in forever. Oh my God, it's such a surprise.
Oh
that
my
you joined
God.
lobby.
I hope your
This is
brains are not a
amazing.
tumbles. What did I switch over to?
No,
Nothing?
they're fucked, dude. They're so fucked. People started talking about banana splits and root beer floats, and then Chesney came by, so you know the whole conversation.
Oh, it
went to
got
shit
really
at
loud at that point. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
You know, root beer floats, I don't know. They don't excite me.
really?
I never get super jazzed about a root beer float. Not really.
Okay.
No.
All right.
I don't know if
are
it's
you
like
more
the
of like a
fizz with the ice
milkshake
cream that's like
guy?
weird for me. Oh, milkshakes are the best. Hey, FNAF, what's
Okay,
up, Starry?
all right, you're good.
You don't like a lot of things. That's not true. Mayor's like, you
All
don't
right,
like a
give it
lot
to-
of things. Like, nuh-uh. Yes, I do. Orange soda
I'm
float.
on Mayor's side with this one.
Ooh. Maybe it's just the root beer. Maybe if I tried a different float.
I mean, you could do like a sun-kissed orange soda float.
That's
or
literally
a
what somebody
Fanta
just
float.
said. Literally what somebody just said. Same exact thing.
Uh,
Coffee float. Oh, like coffee? Oh, that sounds good. Cousin Tony, thank you for the subs, friendo. Vic, thank you for the follow too. Ranch soda float. Sick
yeah,
bastards.
everyone's saying coffee floats now. They're all
Coffee
saying
float
coffee
sounds
float.
like that sounds like a great idea.
I mean, I have ice cream upstairs, and I have a cup of coffee in front of me.
Do I have vanilla? I think I do.
No,
have
we're making
vanilla.
content. We're making content. So.
That is content. What do you mean?
Ask Flash what his favorite cake is. I'm not passing him your weird sexualized comments, Chesney. You can go to his chat and say them yourself.
Yeah, Chesney. Oh my God. Callie, thank you for the biddies. Tear State Ashes, thank you for the 2 months. Oh my God. Demonology, hello.
That's not sexualized? So wait, you really want to know what Flash's favorite cake is? Sir, what's your favorite cake?
Ice cream.
Ice cream
Yeah.
cake? Wait, like the classic Carvel with the little crunchies and
Point
stuff
set
like
and
that
match.
in it?
Correct.
Yeah,
that's right.
fucking banging, dude. Not gonna lie.
Mhm.
Not gonna lie. Like, yeah, I could do cheesecake too.
Thought they had me.
I could do cheesecake too.
They thought they had me. It was close. Ice cream cake cap. Yeah. Warm coffee or cold coffee? Ooh, you mean for the, if you were to do like the
I like
the float?
cake.
I feel like warm would be cool just because the ice cream would cool it down. I don't know. Chesney says it wasn't sexual, but I feel like that's a lie.
Well, she didn't use the safe word, so that just means it's sexual.
Touche. And there's all caps. Yeah, okay. All right, sir, what do you want to do? Coach, every single stream, your blurb gets
Chad
played.
had an interesting idea that they were
Every
throwing
stream.
at me, and I don't know
Every
what I
single one.
think about it. They said that they want us to do tag team Phasmophobia.
Tag
we do
team
like
back
a
again?
match of tag team.
Which one do you
Phasmophobia.
think?
That was my exact response, sir. I said the same thing. Back again. Flash and Chingus here. No, never mind. All right. No, we spent
My God,
X
Coach.
amount of time in the house. It has to be solo. And in order for this to be interesting, it has to be a short amount of time, because then it's just you or me just standing there like this.
Right.
Which we could just do all night here in the lobby, and we could just talk. But, I mean, if we did that, we're thinking like, they said 1 minute. I'm thinking 2 minutes, because I don't know that 1 minute is enough time.
Giggity.
Oh, listen, that's more than enough time for me, sir. I put the Minute Man to shame.
What do you do with the other
All
45
right.
seconds?
Your first mistake, Flash, was thinking it was about you. Yeah.
Okay, so you're thinking, or they're thinking of some sort of like a tag team thing where you go in for like 1 or 2 minutes, the other player waits outside,
Yeah.
and then the
Yeah.
other player comes out and the other player goes in for 1 to 2 minutes.
Right. But I think in order for this to be exciting, we've got to put a cap on the amount of time that we have to figure out what the ghost is.
If you want to make it exciting, what you do is you lower the sanity,
yeah.
so that way there's no like big buffer beforehand. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Just throwing that out.
So
there.
would you do
Doesn't
like a
have to happen.
75 sanity, or would you do like a 50 sanity?
Could do that. Could do, 0 is possible.
0 sanity.
Listen, I'm just throwing ideas out there as they are.
No, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. How can we make this?
Tick said, thank you for the 11 months. Callie, thank you for the biddies.
All right. Let's see here. We got to do a custom.
We're just spitballing. We're just thinking of ideas. We're trying over here. I gotta play that game again soon. Thank you, Drifter. Thank you so much. Am I gonna play Pal World?
So if we
Maybe.
do pro,
If we
right,
do pro,
to start with.
okay.
Right. We do pro. We'll do 75 starting sanity, because that should give us each our first setup, unless it's going to be a spicy early hunting ghost.
Right.
We'll be in and out, and then we'll be in hunting range, in theory.
Okay.
Right. We'll do
Modulo.
sanity drain still at 200%, which is the max. Normal player speed, normal sprinting, normal flashlights, normal lose. The
Just
ghost
normal
speed. Oh, normal lose the items. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I heard what I want to hear. Continue.
Roaming frequency will be high. Changing favorite room low. Activity.
You heard that
level.
too? Okay.
Let's do high just to make it more interesting.
Ice cream
for
cake?
us.
Love it.
And we're gonna do event frequency
Love
high as well.
Fantastic.
No friendly ghosts. I'm gonna get rid of the grace period.
Okay. I'm for it.
Hunt duration high. Kill extends hunt off because it's not gonna matter. There's gonna be one in there. We'll do 3 evidence. We'll do 100% fingerprint chance. 120 fingerprint duration. We're going to do foggy weather just for the extra 10 points and rewards for no reason.
Is that far enough forward?
No setup time. We'll leave doors and hiding
Mercy,
spots
thank you for the
normal.
super chat. Get yourself something nice. Thank
We'll
you,
do
friend.
sanity monitor and activity monitor. Yeah, we can do those.
Okay, gonna book his ass. He's not even ready. I
Fuse box.
need a get
off.
booked emote with like the journal, like with the
Yeah,
book
yeah.
open.
Random cursed item. Yeah, okay. So just kind of like a 3.8 modified pro to start this off with.
Okay.
And then don't you book me, sir.
Get booked.
And then
Get booked.
get booked, nerds.
Yes. Get booked. Got him. His teeth are pointy. His teeth are pointy. We're looking at little scragglies of his beard. Decent day. Uncle's dog ate the Wi-Fi cable today,
All
so
right,
we
but
were
I
without
think
our.
what we could do
Okay.
is I'm gonna do tier 1 head cams so I can still see what you're doing from
Okay.
the truck.
Yeah. I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
The tier 1 head
I'm just
cam
gonna-
view is great. I love that view. If you're
Yeah.
watching from the truck, that's wonderful.
Yeah, because then it gives us
So
something
good.
to talk about and something to do while the other
Yeah.
person's in the thing.
And then the other one comes
Okay,
to the truck,
alright.
and the other dips.
Yeah.
I like it.
And I mean, if this just turns out not to be cool, then we could say that we still try it.
We tried. Okay, so what are the big things I need to know here? 75 sanity to start. High
It's pretty
activity event and all that jazz.
Yeah, high
Basically,
everything.
plague, hello.
0 grace period.
Okay.
3 evidence. Yeah.
Okay. Groovy. Where do you want to go?
Ridgeview.
I like it.
Good
It's a good
sized
start.
map. Lots of places to loop and natural height. It's my favorite map.
Let's do
One
the
of my
things.
favorite maps. My favorite.
I love Ridgeview.
Okay, let's do it.
Cursed Rose Petals. Thank you so much for the sub. Welcome in. Need merch stickers that say "Get Booked, Nerd." We'll see what we can do.
All right. You picked up the key already? Okay. All right. Let's see here.
Oh, that's the headgear.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are investigating Kelly Wright. Kelly Wright wants to show you the way she moves right into that amazing event that everyone's going to have to witness. Make sure to push this ghost away as we hunt Kelly Wright. These aren't good optionals. They're good optionals to play, but
Sharper.
not good for a Chingu intro.
That's okay.
All right.
All right, you wanna go first,
you're
sir?
going- No. Actually, since you're the guest in said channel, you get to go first.
Okay.
Guests first. Sir.
Okay, so I'm going in there
It looks
for
like-
1 or 2 minutes. 2 minutes?
I say we do 2 minutes.
Okay, I
And
have
we'll-
a
we'll-
little
we'll do it.
timer on my stream deck
Okay.
here for 2 minutes.
Do you? Perfect.
I do.
Perfect.
Okay.
Mine's a 3-minute timer, but we'll just use that.
Okay, and I
Oh, wait,
say
I'll
the
just set the
timer
special
moves forward when you're in the map, like you're in the
As
house.
soon as you enter the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll follow
right.
you,
I'm off to the
and then
races.
we can timer. Let's go.
Turn my headgear on for you.
Wonderful. And I'll run back to the van and do it.
I got you covered.
And
Timer has begun.
timer
All right.
is going.
So this is what we're doing. So we're gonna try to do something here where every 2 minutes we switch who's in the map. Yeah, so we'll just relay information to each other. I found the Ouija board, by the way.
Oh, very nice, sir. Very nice.
Ooh. We have hiding in the first set of lockers and the second. All right. We're going for power. That's our goal here. Ghost is by the front door.
Hey, we've got ghost orbs.
Yeah, and it's not an Onryo.
Oh, it lit a candle?
That's
Wow.
how I knew that it was at the front door. It's hungry, Chingus. Feel sorry for this wraith. For this wraith, there's no wraith yet.
Just 1 minute in there, and we've already got the.
We've already got
Already got the
orbicals.
ghost room?
Yeah.
We've already got the things, yeah.
Is this pro settings?
This is pro settings.
Okay.
You get 3 evidence.
Okay.
Yeah, everything. Just, we do have the reduced sanity, though.
Roger that. That's why I brought this. Boner jam in the living room?
All right, I'll take care of photos when I get in.
Roger that. All right, Ghosty. What's a stream deck? A stream deck is a really cool tool that gives you physical buttons to interact with your with different things with OBS or your stream or whatever. Yeah, cold temps are here. Yeah, and the cold temps are right in front of the door.
All right.
Yeah.
We're at 2 minutes, sir.
I'm out. 2 minutes is up. All right, now I go wait in the truck, and then he goes for his 2 minutes. All right, sir.
Cold temps right at the door. I'm on it.
All right. So now we can watch Mr. Chingus. Oh, the head cams. Via this. So he said we have orbicals so far. That's all we have. I love the tier 1 head cam view. Again, I don't...
Our orbs are missing already, sir. We might have had an early
Really?
ghost room move, or a monitor, or... Yep. All right.
recorded the object throw. Yeah, it's a nice boner you got there.
Shit, I forgot my timer. Hold on.
It's hard. The one thing it does is it has the player looking down. Hey, can you look into the kitchen real quick? Okay, never mind. You're good. What was floating back and forth?
Yeah, temperatures have gone up.
Wonder if it's gone to the basement.
I'm gonna go check the hole in the basement.
I'm not seeing any orbicals.
No, I don't see
Is
anything
he
on the
sure
servo
that
in the
he saw
basement, sir.
orbs? I love that you can record on the tier 1 headgear from the truck. It's super nice. That's such a great perk, especially if you have somebody who's just hanging out here getting all the information. If you saw orbs, I mean, they would have to be like upstairs, right?
You'd think that. Hold on.
He might have seen a bright spot. Spear, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Weird.
That's kind of what I'm feeling right now. I have the timer here too.
All
I guess
right,
I
I'm
could
running
have used.
out of time. I'm coming.
All right,
out.
you're good. Do your thing. All right, he's got that. I'm gonna grab a smudge. I'm gonna grab spirit box and UV. All right, he's out of there. Going in.
I'm
All right, going in.
You got this.
All right. I need to see. I don't know if I trust the idea that the orbs have moved. All right, timer's going.
Oh, it turned on a light, not a mirror.
Yeah, it just turned it off and it turned the shower on.
Okay,
Where are
the
you?
orbs. The orbs are in the hallway.
Shit. Where are you? Didn't mean to do that. Whoops. What up, Krusty? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? Okay. Did he record the orbs? That I don't know. Give me this. Give me this so I can see. I have yet to actually see them. There they are. He must have recorded them. Must have. Spicy! Dude, there's so much happening up here. Holy shit.
Our collective sanity is 48%. Be careful.
Roger that. I've got 50 seconds. I'll be fine. Okay, 30 seconds. Give me this. Give me this. Yeah, that'll be fine. Get up. I don't know where it's hanging out. UV. All right, my time is up. All right, 2 minutes is up. Coming out.
All right.
Hey, what's up, Nader? Twin? I don't know. Okay, orbs and UV.
Orbs and UV, got it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I am bringing an extra crucifix as we already have a burn in there.
Okay.
And then I've got an incense, and I'll see if I can get some audio and
like
some
it.
recordings.
It's all over upstairs. It's all over the place.
It's all over the place.
Yeah.
Got it.
Hi, Karumba. Let it be an Obake. We'll see. Oh boy, smooching time. Thank you for the 13 months. Pink Potato, welcome in. B Panther, thank you for the 7 months. Does that mean it's my turn? Intradasting. Interesting. Well, I guess I don't need that on anymore. Oh my god. I assume. Hold on. Where's the crucifix? Is that the crucifix right there? Genghis, look out. Where? I had another smudge in here, did I not? It's fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Aldoxin, thank you for the 11 months. Fruit Wedges, thank you for the 23. Back from heart surgery? Homie, oh my god. Well, I hope that it went well. I'm healing? Hell yeah, dude. Why is it not hunting? Is it full? It's back downstairs though. Freaking ouch, bro. I'm wondering if it's a banshee. Oh, the smudge on the stairs. If this goes off, 90 seconds. All right, let's go get a parabolic microphone. Getting a feeling this might be a banshee there, Mr. Chingus. And because we're only in there one at a time, it doesn't matter which one of us it is. It's going to try to kill us. Any way you slice it. Crucifix went off right as Chingus got to you. Oh, man. Do the thing. Really hate that there's so many sounds. Chingus is the ghost? Roger that. What window was that? Oh, it could be a Mimi cry. It could technically be a mimic. That's very true. Question regarding this other thing. Don't know how to phrase it without saying something about someone I'm gonna do. I don't know why. Yeah, Cozy, you're good. What's up? Love watching the vids on YouTube. Hey, Cobra. Welcome in. I thought the Wraith picked a favorite. Well. Hey.
Oh my God.
No, no, no.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
I clicked. I was gonna click Banshee, but I died. It doesn't matter. We knew what it was.
Oh no.
Yeah, it
It was a
roamed.
banshee.
It did. It decided to roam over to the spot where it could see me.
Well, it actually wasn't going to until you incensed it. For some reason,
It like
after your
knows where you
incense,
are.
it decided
Warm
that
up.
it was going to path to the other corner. And I was like, I was watching it from that corner. I was like, oh no, it's got him.
but it's weird.
It's
visually
got him.
broke. Just went
As soon as you did set up the motion sensors, I was like, look at this. He's doing a banshee test.
I would say
This
they have
makes so
a
much sense.
support
A
cozy.
stalking ghost on 0 sanity.
I don't use that on Twitch.
Or on 0 grace period.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Cheeks clapped.
I
feel like
I
we
was sitting
got
in the
tag
truck.
team, sir.
I was in the truck and you died so instantly. It was so fast.
I had no warning, dude. I was just casually walking up the stairs, and all of a sudden it was like crunch, crunch, crunch.
Also, this
I was
butt
like,
cheek
oh, shit!
going upstairs and then coming back downstairs. No, you're okay, Cozy.
That
You're
was
good.
tough.
Man, what a butt. Yeah, I think the hard part with that is, I don't know, anything that is happening in the house that might be happening to like me, you're not there for it.
But that's why we're watching the first person view and communicating, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Shower, think of the 15 months. Your phone's at 2%. Then plug it in, goofball.
Okay, so we lost.
Yeah, we didn't do well.
That's rare. That's both of us died.
We could have played safer. I could have just been like, yep, it's a banshee. I'm out of here. I was sitting there trying to get the scream. That's why I was still there.
Yeah, that's what I thought that you were doing. I mean, we did figure out the ghost, but even with that,
Yeah.
both of us dying in one run.
Listen, it's for the memes, okay?
Is that what
She was
it is?
having
For
trouble
the
making a decision.
content.
Yeah. She wanted mouth hugs and
right.
she got confused when you were gone. She was like, well, now who's going to do it?
Okay, what does chat think? Do we try this again? And what
Great
does
question.
Flash think? Do you think it's too much?
We'll ask both. Do you guys want us to try that again, or would you rather see us both go into the map together? You tell me. We are all ears, willing to try whatever. They're saying do it again. They like
Your
it.
chat saying do it again?
They're all saying do it again. All of them.
Yeah, most of mine are too.
Yeah. It's a little challenge. And on a
Somebody
small
said we
map,
should
it's
do
nice.
head-to-head.
Head to head, I mean, okay, yeah, like I go in or like you go in, get information and don't tell me what you get, but then you have to sit there basically without knowing anything and go like,
No, we would split into a Discord call. We both go to the same difficulty, same map, and the person who lucks out with the highest amount when they walk out
at some
wins.
point, I think that could be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's try it on Tanglewood this time.
You and me, I think the challenge of that's going to be what our optionals are. So if get high value optionals and I get
Aldoxin, thank you for the gifted, man. But seriously,
even
freaking
if we maximize our photos to
fucking
be only
not
ghost
freaking
photos,
fucking
and
awesome
photos,
that you got through that and that you're
the
recovering. That's so awesome.
The game controls that. The RNG controls that.
Yeah, we'll do that at some point. We'll have little like head to heads.
All right, we'll do one more tag team and we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
And I kind of feel like we need to do a revenge run.
A Revenger?
Revengers?
No.
Yeah. You want to put your equipment since I've already got tier 1 headgear in? Yeah.
There you go. How's the tag team work? We spend 2 minutes at a time going into the map getting information one by one.
Go back to Ridgeview.
All right, let's go do this. Ridgeview. Let's go. Sound sensors could be good too, Millsy. That's a good point for the person in the truck. I'll put some down. That's a great idea. All right, that means it's your turn to start, sir.
Oh, geez, no pressure.
Nope, no pressures.
No pressure.
You'll be fine. Okay.
Oh no! It didn't change to tier 1 headgear. Hold on.
Oh.
Quick, make a guess.
Well, that's okay, because this was a Galoo.
I thought it was a Goryo.
I hope it is a Goryo, because then we left for good reason.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
You cheating son of a bitch.
Yep. Well, that's easy. $800. All right, so where are we going?
Nice.
I told you. I tried to warn you. I said what it was. You didn't want to believe me.
I know. You know. I smelled Goryo, sir, so I still think that the game is just bugged.
No. That was me. That was me.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't realize you smelled like that much shit and fakeness.
Hey.
You
Be
said
kind,
it,
rewind.
So what I was really going to say was...
Son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. All right.
You know what? Get booked, nerd.
Nope, too late. I am the booker.
All right. One here, and here. All right.
Do it. All right.
Let's go find this ghost.
Do the things. I believe you. I want you to figure this out in 2 minutes.
I got it. It's a mimic.
Easy peasy. Let's get out of here. All right. He's in. 2 minutes. Let's go.
Timer started.
Roger that. I'm just going to let this record. Nothing has been recorded yet, so it's not like I'm going to record a duplicate. I might as well. Watching YouTube video if I got the notification that you're live. Oh, why'd you look away?
Ghost evaded on me. I got scared.
I almost got a translucent ghost video. Thank you, Mayor.
You almost did, but I pooped a little.
You did poo-poos. That's okay. Thank you, Mayor. Again, locked and loaded. Just got wrapped up and didn't think about it. It was a very fast event.
We have Luigi board again.
I see that. What do I see in the distance, by the way? Did you see that? Like...
It sounds like
Excuse
it is
me?
in the dining room.
What did you say? I do see the forkenings. Mm-hmm. Ayo.
And that's where we have the coldest temperatures.
Roger that. What is the challenge today? We're trying something out. We're trying like a tag team method where each person
Power is
goes
on.
in for 2 minutes at a piece. So he goes in for 2 minutes, gets all the info he can. He comes back out. Then I go in for 2 minutes. What is that in the distance by the truck? Is that me? Off to lunch with the fam. Catch y'all on the VOD. See you, Fedoria.
Going down around the dining room, more towards the living room area here.
Roger that.
Nope,
Hey, there's nothing wrong with being a
definitely
truck
dining
princess. Increase the time per shift for each of you. Yeah, but then the other person has to sit out there for a really long
All right,
time.
my time is up.
Yes, sir, it
Coming
is.
out.
Yeah, look.
All right, it's
Side
not
note.
giving me good vibes on as far as Ghost Room is concerned.
I'm going to go outside of the truck. I want you to go look at my head cam.
Okay.
You watching my head cam?
Yeah. It's really green. Oh. Oh, nice. Interesting.
You're able to see the player through the entire map.
You are?
Like, I was seeing my body out here while you were in the map. It was little, it was small, but it was like, but you see what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I can totally see myself
Yeah.
standing in the van.
Yeah.
X-ray vision.
Weird.
Yeah.
All right. Anywho,
All right.
going in.
I'm not confident on the Ghost Room.
That's all right. We'll be fine. You know what? F this. I'm doing it like this. Wasn't that one of the fixes?
Let's not forget we do have sanity pills.
Roger that. Alt, thank you for the 39 months. Zero Doc, thank you for the 31. Oh my God. Oh, that's right. It burst the lights, didn't it? It is 6 degrees here, friends. Oh yeah. Our breath is here. Our breath is here. Come back for more stuff. There we go.
You okay?
Ranch soda. Who said ranch soda? Yeah, I'm good. Come back for more stuff. I'm having a smudge on me with our sanity being that low. Ooh. Oh. Do we have an EMF in there? That might be a 5. Wife and I had a bad year, and watching you helped us. Oh, mixed dark. I hope the upcoming year's a better year, friend. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? I'm not 100% where the ghost is either. Elemental, the night is good, friend. That's an EMF 5. We have ghost writing.
EMF 5 and ghost writing is confirmed.
Marling Shade Spirit. Probably not a shade. That did it with me in the room, right? Was I in the room? Okay. I might be in the separate room. I'll send you more ranch. I don't need any more Emery. I still have like 3 of them. All right, come back for more.
Okay.
Pirate piss? Is that what we're calling it now? That there.
Time.
Roger that. Oh. Throw that in there too. You get 50, you do ranch soda. No, if we get 50, we spin the good/bad wheel. You got this.
All right. So you've got EMF 5
and writing.
Okay.
I don't think
Oh,
we
look,
can
there's
100%
the EMF 5 on the
count
board
a
right
shade
there.
out.
Okay. All right.
I don't think we can count it out just
Interesting.
yet.
Okay. Well, we're still in the 50s as far as sanity is concerned.
Right. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Get in there, champ. Get you some grass soda. Listen, I can acquire the sodas if I have to get more. Okay. Are we gonna touch the piano? Listen, I died last round. I don't want to die again. Cousin Tony, thank you for the subs, man. Oh boy. Hooligan. Oh, I didn't. Okay, I'm gonna trust his timer. I didn't set a timer. We're doing pro just to try to like see how this works. See if it does work. But yeah, it should be 3 evidence, so we should be getting a third. Elvin, I'm good. How are you? Oh my God, gamer. So high where I live right now. I live in Scotland. It's 17 degrees Celsius. Ooh.
I thought I had picked up the black light. I just missmudged.
That's okay. You okay?
I smudged. I pre-smudged.
That's okay. It's okay. Then why the custom settings? Because we changed some of the other settings while leaving 3 evidence. Because you don't have... Evidence isn't the only thing you mess with customs. What's up, Mama Bear? How do you feel now?
Oh, I pooped. I pooped. It's not freezing. We're still at 2 degrees.
Oh no, you might want to ask the naked guy. I thought he was dying. No, the ghost wasn't blinking, so I knew it wasn't hunting. Oh, just try to murder him with an object though. I've got salt right there by the thing. Is that his time?
Alright, my time's up, and the door flicked the salt where I couldn't get it. It blew out the firelight.
Uh-huh.
But technically, when it blew out the firelight, I would have been in the foyer.
Separate room.
So it's
Okay.
I still wouldn't rule out shade.
Okay. Roger that. We need to check our sanity too. Oh man. Shani, thank you for the 28 months. Where's the other crucifix? We have 2 of them in here, right? Did I put it over there? I put it over there. That's right. What's our coverage? We're good there. Sanity. I don't know what our collective sanity is. Yeah, I put it right over there. Shut up. Salt. Hey, what's our sanity?
Collective sanity is 35%, sir.
It just tried to hunt.
Well, that's above 30, so that's not going to be a shade.
We have
Even
UV.
with the bounce, we're not... Oh, we have UV?
It's a myling.
What's up with the Miley not hunting the 30%? Oh, look at those feet. Don't worry, Mr. Flash. I'll get my credit card number in for this hot show.
My
Thank
man.
you.
What's our objectives? How many years have you been streaming Faz? I've been playing since like 2021. And yeah, still enjoying it. Oh God, I never set a timer. Anybody have any idea if it's been close to 2 minutes or not? I totally forgot to set a timer. I made an oopsies. I made an oopsies. Oh, the sound sensor. I forgot about that too. All right, give me an EMF 5. EMF 5, go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's another one right there by my feet. Wait, where's that EMF reader? What did... Oh, that... No, it's over there. I was like, what the hell? All right, sir, you're up. figure we at least want to get the objectives. That's for sure. I got one audio. We need another one.
25%. We need one more
we got
audio.
we got the 2 audios. Wait, what?
Yeah, we got 2 audios.
Oh,
Yeah.
you got the event.
I got the ghost event.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you got a sound, and
Yes, sir.
then we just need sanity, and then we should be able to go, right?
Right.
We're definitely in hunting range, even for the shade. I was thinking shade was 30%. I forgot it was 35%.
35.
But
We have all the evidence
we
of the
could.
miling, so it doesn't even matter.
no, it doesn't. And I'm not going to be able to add much if I go in there as far as our average sanity is concerned. I don't.
Oh.
Well, maybe I drain it.
Listen,
If
listen.
I go 0, maybe
part of the
we
rules.
hit 25%.
Yeah.
We got to get
for
the
sure.
optionals. Is that our rules? Okay.
That's part of the rules.
All
You
right.
got this is your 2 minutes,
All
not
right,
mine.
Let's do this. Okay. All right.
Ads are about to start soon. I'm gonna hit the snooze, so hopefully we can do it when we're in the lobby. You should still have like 2 more bites of crucifixes. I think so. Ching is about to get hunted. He'll be fine. Although there is 0 grace, so if he goes the wrong direction, he could be in trouble. I'll start the timer.
But if I just go upstairs, oh my god, I just got blowies. It was so good.
Oh,
Did we
yeah,
find
we're
the
not there
bone?
yet. I don't know where the bone is, but Ouija board is available.
Okay. Well, Ouija board's just gonna pop if I try to use it at this point.
Roger that. That's a really good point. What's up, Mags?
It's so big. I'm just picking it
Oh
up,
my
sir.
god. Roger that. We got the 25. I was about to say, don't be alarmed, but your headgear is on. Okay, you're good. He's okay. He's all right. I thought he was going to leave it on. I'm like, dude, he's about to get murdered because we never use tier 1 headgear. I'm kind of shocked that he remembered. Kind of shocked. Okay, it's done hunting. Run, Chingus, run!
We got an incense on it. We're good. We're good. We got the 90 seconds.
Get a little closer. There we go. Why was it only spawning for him? You realize that? Can we
so we
erase
got
your
the optionals.
duplicate ghost video? Because I already got it.
I mean, are you sure it's my duplicate, and not
Yes.
your duplicate?
Yeah,
mean,
because I can see that it's from the headgear on this strip. Yeah, look here. Look. Maybe you can't tell. It might be desync.
Well, the other one was in black and white, and this one was in color.
Yeah.
So we'll say I definitely
go.
had the video camera in night vision mode. when I
Well,
did it. Okay.
there we have it, sir.
I think we've done amazing things here.
We did the things.
Amazing. Oh, here's the photo camera. I was looking for it to get ghost
Oh.
photo. Too.
Yeah, they're right here.
Hold on. Yeah, and there's also another one right here.
Yeah, they're right there. Yeah. How's that?
Mining!
Get booked. Tier 1 head camera looks really cool with the player hand and in view holding the flashlight. It does. It looks great. I love it. Nice.
Okay.
GG's. Good job, sir.
I mean, we're 1
Chingus?
for 1. The
Chingus? Oh,
first
there
one
he is.
never counts. It's a warm-up run.
Oh, that's true.
Especially with a overstimulated Chingus, right?
Ah. I have ads that are going to be happening in like 2.5 minutes. Just a heads up for anybody that's here. Just a heads up, friendos. My missus should be here soon. But yeah, redemptions. Redemptions.
Okay.
All right, what's next, sir?
Oh, I'm gonna end stream now. I mean,
All
there's
right.
nothing more
It
for
was
us to
great
cover.
having
We've
you.
now covered everything. Yeah, absolutely.
Son
Absolutely.
of a bitch.
How are your ad breaks looking? I've got 10 minutes before mine.
I could hit mine. I could snooze mine.
You can snooze your, or we can sync because we're within 10 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with hitting it now.
Yeah, let's do it now. Let's
Okay.
do it now because we're between runs.
All right.
Okay. All right.
We're running ads, friends.
Do the ad.
We do 3 minutes of ads every hour to remove pre-rolls. So if you're not subbed or you don't have turbo, that way you don't miss anything. So we're going to go ahead and run them right now. After the 3 minutes, we shall return. There we go. Awesome. What's up, Crow? Void, good to see you. What's up, Mira? Right when he clicks the ads. Well, I'm sorry. You should have been here earlier. Hey, Katie. Good evening. How are you? I'd go ahead and spin the wheel now. I mean, I could, I guess. People are going to be in ads, though. Are all headgear detectable during hunts? Yes, because they're all electronics. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. It doesn't matter. Still detectable, for sure. Just got home. What's up, Raston? Good to see you. Hello. You know what? To save time. We're going to go ahead and spin it. We'll go ahead and spin it. Yeah, let's do the things. Okay, well, we have good, we have bad, we have chat's choice, we have mod's choice, and there's also one on there to where I have to do this wheel twice. Which would mean getting at least 2 of the things on the wheel, so... Mods? What would you like? Can it be a specific soda? No. That is not how it works. Merciless? No, I would not call them merciless. Absolutely not. No, they definitely have mercy from time to time. Yeah. Soda? Damn it. You know what? Never mind. I take back what I just said. I take back everything I just said. Oh my God. Why is it cut off? What the hell? Hold on. Okay. Why is it's not centering itself? Why is this happening? Okay. Well, let's just do it this way then. What happened to that source? All right. The background of this is going to be pink. Don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed, but that's how I get rid of the background. It's a huge soda wheel. Thank you. Definitely not good. I don't remember if that's worse than ranch though. Okay. Oh. I don't know if I have time for this, but we're going to try to make time for it. Dirt soda. Shoveled and bottled, it says. Shoveled and bottled. Yes, dirt, like licking a boot. Delicious. It's so good. It's not as bad as ranch. Ranch is still worse. I'll get beans in a minute. I'm going to be honest. There's worse ones than that one. There's worse than that. We're okay. Okay, so where are we going?
Are we doing tag team again, or are we doing a regular run?
I vote on a regular one.
Okay, I'm kind of feeling it too. I think the tag team thing, I think it's fun to do once in a while. I think it was an
so too.
interesting new idea. I think it'll make for a cool YouTube video later on.
Roger that.
But, you know, I think the only cool
Was
thing
that
about it
Starbucks
is that
mug?
you and I
No.
both died in a single map. Otherwise, it just felt like we were broke speed running.
Hey, you know, broke speedrunners. Let's go. No, it's a Disney mug. And you can't see
Classic
it right now.
Nightmare.
But when there's hot liquid in there,
and
it
we're going
changes
to
colors.
Bleasdale. We got to get
changes
some
colors.
I haven't been to Bleasdale recently. I feel like Bleasdale needs some love.
Classic nightmare at some Bleezies.
Classic Nightmare at some
Hey,
Bleasies.
tier 1 headgear.
Oh, yeah. Let me fix the headgear real quick.
I love this mug. Oh, the mug is
Our
great. I
headgear
love
has
it.
been fixed, sir.
Okay, thank you. Try not to burp it up. All right, let's rock. I need to blow my nose, man. I need to blow my nose.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation. Got the intel. Looks like this is going to be a tough one. We've had reports of violence,
Oh,
and it
and it looks like they left in a hurry. Okay, we're fine. Like I said, there are worse ones to have.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are investigating Justin Holmes. As it is to Justin, we know it's not going to be a
Sick,
banshee
no.
or a die-in. Justin's going to whisper you sweet nothings through that amazing paramedic. He's going to get you mighty fine good blows. And make sure to get a picture of FlashForce doing that with Justin Holmes as he books me. As we investigate Justin Holmes.
The bookening of 84.
Get booked, nerds.
Get booked.
I wonder
All
if
right.
that goes away with the patch.
You know, I think I was talking to Doc about this. I think you just have to get a little bit closer. Just got to get a little bit more like nuzzled in there to get a good bookening.
Yeah, just kind of like poof.
A little poof. All right, Bleezies. Why is the lighting like this? Keep your hands and feet inside all times. All right, fake hiding. It's real.
Ooh.
Usually that's fake for me.
Mighty Chingus here on site at this weird lodge of Bleasdale Farmhouse. He's on site filming FlashForce as he investigates the paranormal.
Watching him run at 87 miles an hour.
Here we observe FlashForce in his natural black and white environment, scanning the room. Fear gripping every part of
I'm
his
not a
body.
piece of meat. Stop it. Oh. Oh, it's an event. Oh, you sneaky booger.
Oh, that didn't record. What the hell is that?
Oh, see. Gotta focus. We got power though.
Oh, nice.
Hey yo.
I mean, I'm gonna assume Ghost is here. We got throwies. We have everything.
I would say that's pretty safe to assume there, Captain. Let's go get more stuff. Flux, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Welcome in. Average Joe, thank you for the 4 months, man. Thank you. Forgot you can add 2 streams to 1 tab in Chrome. Yeah, you can split screen it so you can see both at the same time. Josie's not in frustration. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? Nix, thank you for the raid. What's up, homie? Where are you? Are you here?
Oh, I got to see that.
Oh my.
He was all over you.
What do you want? $5 or something? Get out of here. Oh.
I'd love $5. Do you have $5?
You had your palm up like you're waiting for a tip, like Home Alone 2. No, thank you, sir. I still have some tip left over.
Just the tip. Where are you, Howell?
I'll take $5.
Are you FlashForce? Are you near? Are you far? Give me a sign.
Was that spirit box sound coming like all around? Dude, I thought somebody was playing a blurp. What the hell? What's up, Lulu? Big fan of the videos I play with Phasmophobia. My dad got an Onryo when it was an Obake because it shaped. Wait. We got Onryo when it was an Obake because it shape-shifted when I died because my dad pressed Frank's heart. What? There's Miss Josie. Oh, look at her. She's such a cootie patootie. Passed out on the couch right now. All right. I'm going to bring... Hey, everything okay there? We'll just pretend it's fine. Take a crisp high five. I love a high five.
Yeah, he's a little event. I got ghost video, but I didn't get ghost photo.
Roger that. Right, that covers there. Give me this. That should be pretty decent coverage. Ghostie's walking around. Can I pet that dog? I mean, yeah, if you go get her plate from Bleezy's, you could pet Josie all you want. I'm sure that she... Oh, we got footsie doodles.
Ooh, feet and dots.
Yes, feets and dots and feets and dots. Okay. Banshee, Obambo, Phantom.
Obambo or Phantom? Wait a second. This is an Obambo, sir.
Because the ghostie didn't disappear?
I can't really tell, but the video does look distorted.
Oh, Justin. Ooh, Obambos? All right. Parabolic. Oh, capture a photo. Hold on. Shrail, thank you for the prime, dude. Welcome in.
I'll go get us the camera.
All right. Ghost, object throw. What else can we do? Motion sensor. I might have another dot available. I mean, dot. Another salt available. What? Like where? Where is it? Floaty.
Well, we can turn this off. We know it's not good.
Hold on. I'm gonna go stand outside.
I got the ghost photo, sir. And its feet are still in the picture.
Tad's not against. Love you. Jeez. I had my headphones off, but the volume was still up. The volume was still up, and I I just hear this in the distance go, I was saying hi. Come here. I was saying hi to Mrs. Flash, and I walked back.
Flash!
No, she heard you already, but she heard you.
Oh, okay.
She heard you just go, oh, when my headphones were on the desk. She said, who the hell was that? I was like, oh, it's Chingus. All right.
The son of a bitch turned the power off.
Did. It's right through there, too. Go touch it.
I'm going to go touch it.
All right. I trust. Chingus is the new ghost. Yeah, filled with lead. Hello, friend. All right. I'm going to get a dot photo. That's what I'm going to get.
Yeah, you are.
I just told you. See?
Rigged. Hacks.
All right. What kind of photo you want now? I mean, what kind of video you want now? I get you whatever you want. What'd I do with the salt? Oh, it's here. Do I have more in here?
All right, got the paramite.
Okay. Where is it walking more often? I'm gonna try.
Optionals are done. It's kind of everywhere right now.
I'll try there.
Yeah. It's a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah. See, easy.
Here, we can do this.
You have nothing in your hand. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
There it is.
Oh,
okay.
jeez.
All right. Oh, okay.
Oh,
You're gonna burn the
jeez.
place to the ground.
Oh my! This. I think I can do this.
Homeless potato. Thank you for the 10 months. Yeah. There you go. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Video's done.
Blew it so hard it went sideways.
All right. We need
Good
2 more
Lord.
sounds. While you're doing photos, I'll get sounds.
Okay. All right.
All right, and you already have paranormal laughing. So, all right, so we'll get the firelight blowout and a ghost event, okay?
Okay. All right.
Which one do you want first?
I think it needs the ghost event so I can get its photo.
I'm a liar. It did something else. I didn't want to miss the opportunity.
Oh, that's fair.
Forgot to tell my merch cup came on.
Oh, this much.
Got it.
It is cool how you can see it tilt at that angle
Yeah.
when it blows.
When
it,
it
see
does
which
stuff,
way it blew it
that is
from.
cool.
Yeah.
Place the merch. Oh, you placed it on your shelf like a trophy. Let's go. All right, so now we just need photos. Yeah.
You know, I could go find the bone
We need.
and the cursed item. Let's see. Do we have the board over here?
We do not have music box. Am I late or not? You're late.
Circle over
Yeah,
there?
you're late. No circle.
No circle? All right, I'll
No
head
circle.
upstairs.
Where do we go to shop the merch? If you go to my website, flashforcemerch.com, all the stuff is there. We do giveaways from time to time too. No mirror.
No Frank.
Somebody took my paw.
Just doing a quick boner check in here.
If you're holding it, I don't see. It looks like you're about to pinch my cheeks.
Oh.
You literally look like an uncle trying to pinch my cheeks right now. You're just kind of
Jeez.
beautiful. Beautiful.
The hell? What's happening? Did it? It did not count, did it?
Nope, when you were holding it, it didn't count. Weird.
What the
That
hell?
was a great picture of you, too.
Oh, it's okay. We can try again later.
Alright, I'm still boner hunting up here.
Roger that. Bones in the tea room.
team room.
The bone is, and I am also down there. What is the jittering silhouette behind the door at the base? Oh, and the main lobby, that is there basically because of what used to be in the old lobby. There used to be a jump scare. Oh. That was ghosty. Flash with a boner in the tea room. Yep, if we were playing Clue, I would be the one. Try not to cough up dirt. Sorry. Do they have the coffee shop? Or have you heard of Caribou Coffee? Curious because it's here in the north, mainly Minnesota. That sounds familiar. I don't know if I've ever been to one. It just sounds familiar. Is it just dots right now? No, we have dots and UV, and it's nightmare. So we're only going to get 2, but it's a male ghost, can't be a banshee. We saw the dots in person, and it didn't disappear when we took photos and videos of the ghost. I feel like a kid watching mom and dad fight. Well then.
Wait, didn't we have a crucifix in here?
We have 2 crucifixes in here. I don't know where it started. There's one literally here.
Two incense. No, it started its hunt over by the front door.
Oh, that'd be why. Okay.
Yeah. I just don't remember where we actually put the cruci at.
That hiding spot killed you. There was one over there, and then there was another right here.
Oh.
So if it's moving, if it's a schmovin', yeah, I put it over here now.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So bone, monkey paw, dots, ghost.
Is this a burned cruci? Or is this burned?
No.
Or does this look like a good stick?
It was fine to me.
Huh. I totally incensed it. I didn't realize I was carrying 2.
You steal my smudgies?
I didn't steal your smudgies.
You
sir.
steal my smudgies?
I didn't steal your smudgies.
Hey, you got that photo camera on you?
I do.
Where's the monkey paw?
Upstairs in the hallway.
BRB. We're gonna do the thing to at least get another photo.
Well, if it's right on top of us, we get 2.
Power's
I'm
out.
gonna go turn it back on.
Okay.
Didn't know you could light the fireplace? Yeah. It's a vibe, dude. I'm coming. All right, so Ghosty's here. Wait for it. You ready?
I'm ready.
When I see it happen, I'm gonna do it. Maybe.
I'm staring so intensely right now.
I wish to see the
There it
ghost.
is!
There he is, you big bastard! Yeah!
All the photos are
Got
done,
him.
sir.
He didn't know it hit
Get
him.
wrecked, nerd.
Ghosty, unlike the Jews, the ghosty can eat a butt.
So that's 5 unique photos.
Should be everything. Always scared to enter the house. I really don't even know how to play. Oh, that just comes with time, dude. The more you play the game, the more you're gonna learn.
Perfect game.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Perfect game.
Perfecto bambos.
Double check that you have the bombos selected there,
I
sir.
does. success. That is how you use the cursed possession. Ghost Hunter, welcome in. Eat a what? A butt. I'll say it twice.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Lovely. 2599. Yes, sir. Future's now, old man.
Just an average night of professional ghost hunting. Professional ghost hunter.
All right, let's
You
go
don't
get another.
please
Let's
do
go
it.
get another one of them
Oh,
perfect games I
oh.
heard about.
Oh, yeah. Over at the Tanglewoods.
Mhm.
The Tangler Woods. Yeah, let's go.
You know. You do need the bone. You do.
We've arrived. Check the equipment and get set up before
And that was the first time I had crabs.
Ghost here seems to be linked to a cursed object.
When you first moved back to Maryland?
Heyo, let's go.
Your investigation.
Baron loves it. What?
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are investigating Edie Roswell. Edie Roswell leaves all the ghosts on the table. She's got a very magnetic personality, wants to do weird things to you on video camera 3 times, and to make sure your friend watches from the cuck chair across the hotel room. Welcome to another run of Edie Roswell.
Wait. Did I stop learning how to read? Where the hell does it say something about the cuck chair?
It says it's right there. How do you
I gotta
know?
go back to school. Back to school. All right, we're going in like this. So before the Tango rework, I was getting hunted with my friends and somehow got lost in the dark upstairs and got. Oh no. Hi, Norm. That's Norm. Nice. Power's up here. No orbicals yet.
Owner acquired.
Roger
And
that.
I also found the human remains.
Wait a minute. Hey, want to take a picture of this mirror?
I mean, I guess I could do a selfie. Hold on, let me get in the right pose here.
I can see the truck from here.
Can you really?
Yeah, the reflection of the truck. What's this do?
I don't see it.
It's in the kitchen.
I don't know. Doesn't look like anything to me.
Oh.
In fact, it disappeared out of the map. Well, there it goes.
All right. Yeah, it's in the
You're
kitchen.
a kitchen ghost?
Yeah. Where are
Can
you?
I have an omelet?
Here, ask him for an omelet.
Well then. Can I have an omelet? Do you have omelets? Do you? Where are you?
I think she's here.
Stupid animations! I couldn't get the camera out. Where are you?
From behind.
Oh, what are you gonna do behind me?
Close to busting. Nothing? All right.
Well, no.
Well, we got one.
Doesn't want to give me anything there.
I'll take it.
Oh yeah, I mean this is essential for the immersion, Flash. The immersion.
Look what you did. You broke the house. Oh, my sanity must be absolutely tanked. Let's get jabbed real quick. Take advantage of the speed. Run. Playing the map, the doll in Nancy's room teleported. I have yet to have that happen to me. Was that over there? I'm hearing things that don't sound like they're right next to me. Ooh, it's here. It's more over here now. No, that's separate room. It's still here. Never mind. I'm an idiot. Wait. Wait. No, hold on.
What? What?
I'm being stupid.
I see my
No,
breath
it is here. That's right. Yeah, this hallway is the part of that dining room. Duh. I was thinking this hallway and the kitchen are together. No, they're not. Yeah, it's moved.
Okay. Well, that cursor covers all three, so.
Yeah. Have the doll stand up on you. Damn. I'm gonna go get Norm. Let's get Norm, put him inside of the ghost room. By the way, side note, every time we hit it, we spin that wheel. All right. I brought Norm. Yeah, he's ready to rock. Where's Nancy's room? Over here. So, right there is Nancy's room. Yeah.
We have dots.
Night, Juju. We have dots. We have spirit box. Did you get a photo of the ghosty?
No. She was too fast. She was really fast in the dots.
Just call her
like
fat?
Moving quick. No.
Oh. They said
No,
fat,
her
not
Dot's
fast.
image was
Sorry.
moving fast.
Oh, fast.
Yeah.
Who's Nancy? Nancy is it's the kids' room inside of this map. Can't stand grafting between the dolls and the mannequins. I think it makes it fun. Maybe that's just crazy talk, but I think it's fun.
I got audio recordings in my hand here. That's so weird. That's another EMF 2 with nothing happening around us.
It's because it just teleported again. Unless it's a phantom that stalked, but I mean, we have no steppies inside of Salt.
We have Dots and Spirit Box, sir.
Yeah, dots and spirit box. Wraith is an option.
Oh, it's a Wraith.
That's what did you think I said?
I may or may not have checked Ghost Writing instead of Spirit Box by accident.
Oh, okay.
May or may not.
It's okay. I got the audio recording of that.
I'll just wait here. Just peek around the corner.
Oh, god damn it, that didn't count.
Wow, dude, way to go. That's hot. We have no videos. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Pick up the fucking camera.
I'm running. I'm running. I'm running. I'm running. I'm running. I'm running. Run, Chingus, run! Right. Now I have a smudge. Bring your crucie back in there. Okay. Son of a bitch. She's a crazy girl. All right. Videos, photo of the EMF detector.
I can do
okay.
Spirit Box for it. Yeah.
Hey, Shield. How long have we been live? Hour and a half. Hour and a half. We're all safe. It's okay. Okay. Bam.
Hang on. I'll be right back.
Roger that. I think she's saying she wants to drill us. She started from in the garage, which I'm not a big fan of. The games are going well. Will there be drops on the 21st? I don't know. I have no clue. You know, I wonder. It's cold here, but this isn't going off anymore. Chinggis has to. Oh, he's doing old man pee? Okay. Yeah, that's. Too many goddamn power tools around here. How'd you dodge that? Juked her. No, I was gonna smudge her. No, run, run. I'm not gonna be able to smudge her. Oh, that probably failed. Man. Well, shit balls. Oh, now you're here. I hate you. The sound of those power tools drives me crazy when I'm playing. It's like I've got to figure out which one it is, and I've got to turn it off. What is happening? Do I already have this? Hunting. No. It's borked. Hold on. Try that again. Usually this works. I don't know if it's going to work this time, but I guess we'll see. Worked. Yahtzee. Immediately giggles. Yeah, she knows what she's doing. Okay. Hunting and around. I mean, I could get it throwing something, I guess. Hey, HR chucking stuff. Do the thing. I don't know. Civilized Possum. Thank you for the 29 months. Welcome back, homie. Oh, it's doing stuff in the kitchen.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm alright. Just trying to get some vidges.
Okay. Did it move rooms or is it just stalking you more?
No, I assume moved into the garage. Wait, go back. Oh, no. I was like, where'd it go? Son of a bitch. Never understand when the ghost is hunting and when it's an event. People say to check for the heartbeat, but there are some events. The heartbeat doesn't give away if it's an event or not.
Where are you?
Right here.
Where are you? How old are you? Get wrecked! How old are you? How old are you?
An elderly.
It's old.
Come on, record it! Where are you?
Behind.
Give me a smudge. Give me this. He doesn't even have a photo of the EMF yet. When it comes to trying to figure out the difference between a hunt and an event, it depends on what settings you have as well. Hey, how are
Well,
you?
it wouldn't record the spirit box, but then she just talked to us, so I got all the sound recordings.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Where's that photo camera at?
It's right here. Huh.
What the hell? What?
You okay over there?
I think I broke it. I threw it and it took a picture of my shoe.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I saw it go off when you threw it.
That's weird. Okay, so
What?
phone,
Yeah?
haunted, crucifix, EMF. We need one more photo.
Show yourself. Show yourself.
Undying nude.
Show
Hello.
yourself. Yeah, she's over there.
She listened.
Get her, Flash.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo! I'm gonna ride her. Let's go. Start your engines.
What are you doing?
Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Get out.
got her.
Ride.
She didn't know what to do.
Nice.
Got her good.
Okay, well, let's see here. We have all the objectives. We
The
have
horse didn't buck me
5
off, we're
unique
good.
Photos. We have 5 unique videos, 3 unique audio.
You got the bone, right? Did I see
That's
that?
one of them there. Yeah, we got a bone. We
Yes,
got a
sir.
boner.
Yes, sir.
That's one of them there. Perfect game, sir.
Let's go. We hunted her instead. That's right. Step Broski, how are you? That's not riding a go. What do you mean? We did the best that we could. Nothing like watching the big TV in the living room and a tornado warning. Oh, stay safe. Hey. Hey, somebody bought these, you know. It didn't work. Got him. Got him. He wasn't ready. Nilo, thank you for the follow.
Come back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Rafe.
What a wraith.
Let's go.
It's
Riding
the
Pam
ghost
again,
that
I
I've
see.
died the most to in this game. Well, it used to be. Everything got really screwed up when we had meme runs. But it used to
Oh.
be Wraith prior to meme runs.
Mine's Demon.
You know, I still haven't been demon slayed.
I know.
If we go into one of these maps and we get an early hunt like that, I'm mouth hugging the shit out of that ghost. Sir.
Still.
Just so you know.
Still. There should be little cobwebs over here where there's supposed to be a trophy.
It has been that long since that's been released.
If your account is old enough and you don't have
realistically,
it filled, there should just be little cobwebs.
The problem isn't that I haven't died to an early hunt.
Yeah.
It's just that every time I go in there, I instinctively run and then start looping it. And then I miss the minute mark.
You just got to go right for the mouth hugs. You just got to accept it.
You just got to go for it. I know. All right. So we just did Tangle. We've done some Ridge. We've
Roger
done
that.
some Bleezy Dales. So let's get some Nels, sir. It's been a hot minute since I've run some Nels.
Let's do the Nels.
I think with the 2 of us, we can do some Nels. Okay.
Yeah. And cheese.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly.
I don't know if Chingus knows much about the and cheeses. Mr. 420, hi, homie.
Looks like this is going to be a
Please
tough
put on
one.
and cheese.
We've had reports of
Once we
fire,
get moving,
but it
we'll
looks
do
like
it.
They left in a hurry.
No blood moon. No blood. Just the 2 of us. 3 out of the 4 of my group got the Demon Hunt trophy. The 4th missed it. Oh no. Oh no. It's a pain in the ass. Such a pain.
Schellen.
Kellen.
Paramike, Cam, and Escape. Schellen. I'm not
Right.
doing an intro on those 3.
Oh wow.
Bonus orbs?
No,
I
think
don't
so.
see them.
No bonus.
Okay. Hi ho, Silva. Away.
Don't forget your good luck honk.
Oh, that's what I missed. Okay.
Yeah, that's why you die. There you go.
Okay.
Just follow the path on Dusty's trail.
We'll split up for
Beastly
this one. I'll go
Goob,
this
what's up, dude? Oh, I heard a thing. Is that over here? Where did I hear that? What the hell? Did I not hear that over there? Or maybe it's back there.
I hear throwies.
Dude, my headphones are on backwards.
That's weird.
I found the bone inside of the janitor's closet.
Okay, I heard the ghost over there too. Power is on.
Yeah, I think I see breath over here too. Yeah. All right. Now I'll play the and cheese. Hold on. I'm not gonna be able to hear him at all. It'll be fine.
Hey there, blue eyes.
This is an AI song that Doc made based on part of this map.
Hello, sir. You look
Something on a dusty trail.
Oh, that's true.
sandwich, discreet. You can't resist, you know you must. Just relax while I remove the crust. If you want the goods, gotta pay the fee. Double slice of bread that is
Where are you?
missing meat. If you
Are you here? Where are you? Are you near?
gotta pay me $3 if you want mine. And cheese. And cheese. Hello, sir. You should take a bite or
All right.
two.
Gonna get more stuff.
Wanna at the tree, the
Okay.
pepper jack brings the
See you, lunatic. Have a good one.
tomato slice, no bacon too. Some Gouda would be mighty good for you. If you want the goods,
Favorite part of the song.
pay the fee. Double slice of bread that is missing meat. If you want some of this, gotta beg me, please. Gotta pay me $3 if you want mine. And cheese.
Oh, we have an orb.
What?
Yes, sir, an orb showed up.
Orb.
No
Okay.
pastrami, no salami, not for mommy. Don't want it cooked, don't want it raw. Just join in this from
Got the motion.
Roger that.
If you want the goods, gotta pay the fee. Double
Oh,
slice
fuck it!
if you want some of this, gotta beg me, please. Gotta
It's a mimic.
pay me $3.
It's a fucking mimic.
Wait, what do we
wait,
have?
No, that's a vodka. We have orbs in ultraviolet. It's a vodka. Sorry.
Unless. What if we had freezing?
Unless.
What if we had freezing temps all of a sudden?
Let's check. It's 2 degrees. We don't.
Okay. What song is it? It's a Doc
Look at
song.
that. Look at those
And
beautiful
cheese.
vodka fingers.
I know. It's so pretty.
What do you do with the extra finger?
If you got to ask, you can't afford it.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
No, it's an AI song he made for fun. He writes the lyrics and then he prompts to make them just for fun. No, it's not on Spotify. Can't wait for his next hit song, Mustard Pancakes. Don't get him started. Unnecessary. He doesn't need it. All right, Smooge. So it's an Obake. I guess we just need to get the rest of the shit. So I'll get this guy. We have 2 photos. We need 1 more video. We need some audio. I'll bring in a firelight.
Nice.
Bet he could write a banger about ranch soda. He's not going to do anything about ranch soda. The piano one's really good too. Yeah. All the ones that he makes are so good. Why am I running like this? We will convince him. No, you won't. I'll tell him not to. I'll say, don't do it. They're mean. Hey, you don't have a poo photo, do you?
I don't. Feel free to take it.
Ka-chow. Did he get the Obake photo? He did. Okay, so that means we can get another handprint. Or a footsie doodle. Hold on, wait. Where's... There it is. Son of a bitch, it double placed.
I already have salt.
Video?
Salt video, yeah.
Okay. Well, we can get the salt video. We can get the salt photo, though. The UV photo, I mean.
We can. Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes, we can. Well, we can get regular fingerprints too. because
Yes, we
got
can.
fingerprints.
He said.
That's so funny.
He's a moron. Actually, wait. I could use that to figure out when sounds are going to happen, so I don't have to guess. Actually, wait. No, never mind. I thought about that
It
backwards.
didn't leave its feet that time. Oh, there they are.
There's a footsie. Ghosty.
Oh, that's hot. Oh, it's so hot.
My favorite is You're Dead and You Suck. That's a good one, too. No, I think one of my favorites that he has made was the one about the We Leave. You know what I'm talking about? Ghost, will you talk to us, please? Man, it'd be a real
Touch the
shame if
door.
you evented in this
Show
bathroom and, well, locked us in here, just the 2 of us.
Oh no. Whatever would happen if you were alone in the bathroom with FlashForce?
Oh, we'd probably clean. There's a lot of cleaning products in here.
Yeah, there's some trash on the floor and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, we could put some work in.
Lot of on your hands and knees work. I get it.
Hold on. I just had my foot on the toilet. Hold on. Shit. Can I get both of my legs up there? Oh, please. Please let me get both my legs up there. Hey, Moonlight, how are you? Moonlight, sorry. Oh, I just get one. I'm trying to get both. Damn it. It's not going to work. It's like, oh. Got a sound? That was the goal. The goal was to try to get both my legs up. Like there's one. Oh. It's one or the other. Look. I want him just to turn around and see this. You know, before you go potty, you got to make sure you stretch.
Yeah, you gotta get yourself nice and limber.
Gotta get
I can
those.
see what
Gotta
you're
get those
doing
high
there.
knees. Gotta get those high knees.
Did this go smooth? It's not in there anymore.
YouTube videos help me in so many ways on
Oh, it's out
Faz.
here
That's
in the hallway.
awesome, Beastly.
You son of a bitch.
I got it.
Did it do fingies on that though?
I
Nope.
was gonna say I didn't check.
No, they're not on there.
Okay. Did it? I mean, I see my breath out here.
Yo, it's according to the temps, it's 1 degree out here, so it's yeah. Ghost is here now.
Don't mind me.
And it's just
Put yourself to the front, then look left and right.
Why do my feet all turn inside?
I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. You're really trying to squeeze one out. Nice pants, by the way.
Yeah.
They're very shiny.
Really?
You look like
Makes my
like
balls
Friends.
Look nice.
You look like Ross in the bathroom.
Hey.
I can't
Come
get
here
him on,
often.
man. Kenny, thank you for the 3 months. Welcome back.
Sir. Classic.
All right.
You know, if you were a cool ghost, you'd show. Oh, you fucking nerd.
Hey, I'll take that
Did you get
ghost
that?
fart. Yeah,
Nice.
I'll take it.
I saw it too late to get a photo.
Oh, hooker pants.
Did that count?
Oh.
Hey, photos are done.
Yeah, but it burst our lights.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Go. He's. All right, I'm ready. Ooh.
Again, it would be a real shame if the ghost were to show up on us right now and do something. Oh, like burn a crucifix, or show itself, or touch a door, or
What's his name?
anything.
Keith. Shellen. Keith.
Keith Shellen.
Keith Shellen.
Keith Shellen.
I found Keith Shellen.
He's there. But wait.
He's so cute. What do we do?
Oh, his orb is.
I got
Did
the
you get
sound
his
though.
number?
Yeah, it's 5.
Oh shit, he is old.
Yeah, he's got one of the first ones. We need to escape it. What up, J Mox? Welcome
Okay.
in. How are you? I've got a smooch. I don't know about you.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Get a sody pop.
Hold the
All right.
crucifix back so it can't spawn on us, but we still should get a hunt.
Yeah.
Do we have soda hiding? Oh, we have the soda hiding right here? Oh shit.
It makes my heart so sad they don't actually come out of there.
You can pick it up.
Well, yeah, but no, I mean, like, you don't get like another sody when you try to get the Mr. Sprinkle.
Here, would you like an icy cold Mr. Sprinkle?
I would love
That
one.
sounded kind of empty. Did the ghost drink them all? What an asshole.
He's all wound up on Mr. Sprinkle.
Ghost.
Wish they popped out.
That's our
Oh
first
man.
item.
I don't even know. It's not Frank.
It's not Frank. Okay.
Oh, we haven't checked the back bathroom. Maybe it's a circle. When you prestige, do you lose all the money, and how does it work? Wait, do you lose all the money? How does it work? Yeah, you lose all the money and all the items. Yeah.
Did you check the office for the music box?
Yeah, it's not there.
Oh, he's hunting.
Oh, that's cool. You gonna touch him? You should totally touch him. Touch him! Touch him! Nicely done, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Nice.
Oh my
There we
goodness,
go.
is that another
Crimson,
perfect game?
36 months. 3 effing years, dude. Thank you so much for the resub. Back, had to have lunch. What'd you eat? Did you share with the class? What do you have? That's another one. Another one.
Oh yeah, I have no idea what the cursed item is, but we don't need it for
Whatever.
anything.
Doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
It's probably cards or something stupid.
Stupid cards.
Stupid. I can't take photo. I can't. Vegemite sandwich. Oh my God. That's a choice and a half.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Another one. Damn. We're rolling. You have ads coming up?
In 10 minutes.
How the hell did we desync?
I don't know. I don't know. I'll just sync again. It's fine.
Okay.
It works. All right.
All right, I'm about to run them. All right, friends. 3 minutes of ads. This is a good time to stretch, go to potty, get a drink, whatever you're going to do. 3 minutes, we will return. If you're not subbed, if you don't have turbo, don't sweat it. You won't miss. All is well. What is today? The 9th? How many days until the 21st? Reminds me of the laugh at the beginning of Feel Good by the Gorillas. 12 days. So we have less than 2 weeks. And then there should be a ton of fixes coming to the game, plus the Willow rework. Oh man. It's good. It buys me time to do my all difficulty Willow. So we'll do that at some point. And then on top of that, I need to double check and see if I'm going to get Willow early. I don't know if I am or not. Usually with the new maps we do. So there's a good chance that I will be able to play the Willow rework a little bit early. They're talking food and chicken. I think all chats inevitably end up talking about food. We end up talking about food at some point or another. I don't know why you wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know why I wouldn't either. The only reason I could see maybe is just because of all the fixes that are coming in. Lasagna? Oh, I love lasagna. I love some lasagnas. Maybe Friday next week for the Willow. I don't know. Yeah, that might be a good one, Matthew. Yeah. What is Vegemite? I don't even know how to describe it to you. It is a common thing in Australia. Just ate caramel graham cracker, coffee, ice cream. Oh my. That sounds pleasant. Did you ever get an answer about whatever, if we should be able to, no, not yet, about if we should be able to record Norm? Rigged. Rigged. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Is it like Zicklum? I'm not sure. Med channel and Phasmo is on its peak. How do you manage to have that many viewers even with Phas at its lowest? It's not always about the category itself. It's about the community that you build. How's the week going? The week is going pretty good. I mean, it's almost over. We're almost there. We're damn close. All right. Ads are done. Sweet. I was going to the ad screen, but whatever, man. That's fine. Homemade KFC chicken bowls. Oh, that sounds good too. Damn, dude. Damn, dude. All right.
Hey, why is your wood so wiggly?
Well, I don't know. Why is it so tall?
Oh God.
Damn it.
Why did it get so hard when you grabbed it?
Okay, listen here. What the hell? It's like the physics are off. Hold on. That seems okay. Got it. Yeah, when you look down, it's all screwy, but when you look up, it's okay.
What exactly did you get? Because I'm seeing something completely different.
Oh, mine are just stacked like vertically on top of each other.
No, one of them fell through the floor and the two are tweaking out and spinning in a circle. However, when you went to pick them up, yeah, that's something.
It's all kinds of screwy. Here, I'll just do this.
Oh, those are all through the floor, sir.
Son of a
They
bitch.
don't
Okay.
exist.
I'm just going to hold on to them. And this will be fine.
Alrighty. Let's see.
Okay.
We got a good old Nels. You know where we haven't been, sir? And I
Where?
know some people in my chat have asked for Ghost to go camping, but before we go camping, I think we need to visit our friends at Willow Street.
Oh, I'm okay with that. She'll be
Yeah,
leaving us
comfy cozy
soon.
Willow Street. Yeah.
Let's do the thing. Groovy. Bring him with you. Imagine I'm cycling through and I've just got wooden blocks in the truck. Ooh, it's snowing. Ooh, it's snowing. All right, I'll wait for him to see if he does a spiel. He might does a spiel. Do I read the YouTube chat? Yeah. Yeah. Was there something said that I didn't read?
Oh, I think he's waiting for me. Let's see here. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are investigating Jason Brooks. Jason Brooks wants to whisper something mighty stinky to you through the paramic. Make sure to make him smell really good while he's chasing you during that. Make sure your friends witnessed all of the extra smells as we investigate Jason Brooks. These aren't cooperating with me very well tonight, Mr. Flash.
I don't know how I feel about Jason Brooks anymore.
He's stinky.
Oh my god. Hey, Donkey, thank you for the follow.
Look at all the ghost orbs. Holy shit.
I know, they're
There's
everywhere.
So many ghosts.
This is Ghostbusters 2, dude.
Ah!
What's wrong with you?
No music box. No cards. No
Let's
hiding.
get the power first.
No orbs.
Nice.
No orbs.
All right.
No orbs.
Power's on.
No board. No mark. Well, we do have good hiding right there.
Saw wrenches on the back of the board. I don't know if that was left or right. Definitely
I didn't
base
hear it.
Monte though.
Base Monte. Of
Base
course.
Monte.
Of course.
Hey, look, a boner. It's got to be in here, right?
Damn, blew it
Yeah.
all hip out. I told you it was stinky.
It's here. That room right there.
No orbs.
All right. Are you gonna do another video to see who the most cursed? I do want to do another most cursed player video. 100%. I don't know. I'm probably gonna wait. Again, there are certain things I'm just waiting for some of these fixes to happen before we really deep dive. Brownie batter waffle sounds. I don't like brownies. Not a brownie fan. No, thank you. Go to hit record. Gas. Listen, man, it's more for you. You guys enjoy. I think they smell awful. Remembering 80s and movie quotes. I'm okay with that. Did he record that already? Wait a minute. Hey, we have orbs.
We do? Nice.
Why is there snow in the basement? Because it's glitching through the walls. We have down and up snow. Danny Diamond, thank you for the follow. Great CK, hello. Dark, hello. Welcome in. Appreciate you guys. Welcome, welcome. B, thank you for the 6 months.
Freezing.
You're freezing. Where are you?
It's a blood flow issue.
Oh. Should probably get a blankie. Where are you? Are you here? What the dickens?
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
That felt kind of speedy.
That felt really speedy. Let me go get a smudgy smudge.
What do you say we had? Freezing? This is either a haunt or wait. What difficulty are we on?
Nightmare.
Oh, it's a mimic.
Wait, we have freezing and orbs. You got something else?
Yeah, we have UV.
Get mimic, nerd. That explains your.
Kind of forgot that we were doing Nightmare for a second. Yeah, fist
Follow
bump.
the light.
Listen, hey, I just okay, for your sake,
Oh yeah.
I would put that lantern down and pick it up again. That's a very
Oh.
questionable hand motion you're doing there, sir.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Just trying to give you fist bumps. Jeez.
Listen, they were a little too
You act
high
like
in the
this
air.
Is the internet. Or...
They were a little too high in the air. Okay. Hey, Tashi. Thank you for the lurks. All right. I've got a smudge. This is a mimic. We need parabolic microphone. And I'll bring the photo camera in. Hopefully not die. Groovy. Oh, shit. Booked myself. Got it. Why did it hunt so early? Because it was mimicking a ghost that could hunt us early. It could have been mimicking a demon.
Come on, give me some
Hey,
noises.
what's going on in here?
Give me some noises.
He said freezing, right? Oh, balls. Hold on. I forgot. I had to see the freezing myself. I forgot.
Yep.
I see any photo.
If you're curious about the
Curse.
sound,
Oh,
these
me-
went
Do you feel it now, Mr. Krabs? Hey, Goob. Welcome over to the other side, friend. This ghost is spices. Yeah, and I've got all the photos are done.
Video.
We need 3 videos.
Okay.
What's up, Rogue? It broke on you. Well, see, that's the benefit of being in multiple places. You can try all sorts of different places. Right here. Ghost, talk to me, please. Okay. Hey, Beastly. Thank you for the kick, dude. I appreciate you, dude. Yeah, man. Doing everything under the sun, but what we needed to do. That's right. Parabolic and... Oh, wait. Actually? Give me this. I can figure it out this way. You can use the sound recorder to figure out where you can get a parabolic sound. So if I see the ghost is about to give us a paranormal sound, I can then go over there and get the parabolic sound.
All the videos are done. So I need to repel and paramic.
Yep. I'm waiting to see a sound so I can get the paramic.
Yep. Pro strats right there.
Yep. Then I don't have to just guess when it's going to give it to me. I know when it is. It's my favorite metal band from the 2000s. Ooh, that's hard to answer. I didn't listen to a ton of metal. I used to listen to a lot of indie hardcore. I don't think it wants to talk to us. Here it comes. It's going to come from over there. Got it. Easy paramic.
Nice. Let's get out of here. That's a perfect game. We don't even need to wait. Wait. No,
it's not.
We still need to escape. We
Need to escape.
right?
See? Easy paramic. Then you don't have to sit there and guess when it's
Pair
going to
five,
give you the
accuracy.
parabolic microphone. You know when it is. Ever listen to Alexia on Fire? Yeah. Just to give you an idea, like my favorite band of all time is Thrice. If that gives you an idea.
Boobs. I just saw boobs. That's it. It's just mannequin boobs.
What are you doing? Oh, you're looking at some mannequin
the ghost
boobs.
is perverted. Yeah, it was. Oh, it's only looking at mannequin boobs.
I mean, you're the one looking. What's that say about you? We'll just look with you like it's a TV. Oh, okay. Is it mimicking a Dio? I'm gonna touch it. Wait, no, I'm not.
What'd you say? You want FlashForce? He's over here.
Here. Early or newer Thrice preference? My favorite album is Visu.
Coming after me.
It likes you.
No, Flash is over here.
No, stop.
He's
Go
over here.
go walk your Dio somewhere else.
No, it's your deal.
Get out of here. I don't want it. Oh, what the hell? This is bullshit.
Amazing.
Another perfect, sir.
That is another perfect.
Did
Holy
I
shit.
circle mimic? I did. Okay.
We circled the Minakes.
Nice.
Yes.
Do you listen to Bad Omens at all? I'd have to see what songs they have if I've listened to them. Lovely. What a nice little ghosty
That's a perfect mimic, sir.
mimicking a freaking Dio.
And
What a
it's
sweet
one
hat.
hunt is a deal. That's amazing match right
And
there.
it hunted early too. Also, of all the ghosts to mimic, I know. I love it.
Welcome back.
I love it.
Job's ready for you.
I was jamming out for Miles in the car earlier. Oh, I love that album, man. The Visu is so good. Of Destinations is one of my favorite songs. We're rocking.
Yeah, that does the trail. Done hit the perfect Dio, sir. Perfect Dio.
Now he's hitting the old Dio.
Yep. I like them French fried potatoes.
French fried Dio.
I did say we needed to go camping earlier.
did.
So now
You
the
did.
question is are we going? Were we going to Woodwind? Okay, Woodwind. Got it.
Woodwind. Yeah.
Woodwind it is.
Yeah. Not for a blood moon? Nah. Nah, no blood moons.
All right, we're here.
Any lucky
Take a look at
orbs,
the
though?
equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
I don't think so.
Whoever was here must have summoned the ghost with a
Presets
curse
for farming are
object.
still worth it? For
Investigate
farming
this.
XP and stuff? I mean, if you want to play that way, yeah. I mean, like, worth it in the sense, I guess it just depends if you're trying to prestige or not. Because once you get past a certain, once you get to prestige 20, any prestige after that, you don't earn anything. So, like, worth it is subjective. When are they removing the whole hand touching thing?
July 21st, the day after my birthday.
Sweet. It does almost look like you're doing the Macarena. Now listen, Chingus, listen. Listen, stand over there. Stand over there. No, stand again. Stand over there. Listen, we need to talk, okay?
Yeah.
Listen, Buck.
Okay.
Just listen.
Yeah.
We got this. Me and you, okay? Do this together,
I'm here for it.
okay?
Okay. All right. Will you switch with me? Switch with me.
Oh, sorry.
You go up there.
Sorry.
All right. Okay. You ready? All right. Cough. Good reflex.
Thank you.
Good
Thank you.
reflexes.
Okay.
All right. Just wanted to let you know I
Oh, thank you.
appreciate you.
I want to let you know.
Yeah.
I appreciate you using your other hand to touch my shoulder.
I gotta watch that one.
No, get out of here.
Oh.
Stop touching my chest. Get out. Read the board.
It's so hard.
Read the board.
Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are investigating Eva Corrigan. Corrigan wants you to take a picture of me and Flash
Sick son
doing
of a
weird
bitch.
hand things. And get 3 videos of that.
I don't think that's what
And
they
then
want.
record it with the Paramount. This is exactly what Eva Corrigan put it right on the board right here.
I don't
as
think
we
that's what they want.
investigate here on Camp Woodwind.
All right. I'm going to get the paramic immediately.
Oh, wait, we didn't check for bonus orbs, sir.
I looked at first, unless they've showed up just recently. Interrupting? No, just joining. You guys can join.
Orbs, not really, but I just wanted to say it anyway.
Okay, that's fine. Don't forget to book him. I'll book him for sure. Oh, he'll get booked. Don't you worry nothing about it. Beasley, just a heads up, by the way. Side note, I had just recently added kick to my rotation things for multi-streaming. I think those are my first kicks, sir. Oh, gross. It's a circle.
Ew, who even circles?
Ugh. Woof. Oh, I heard that. yeah.
EMF 5.
Nice. Wait, where'd it go?
It's right
the-
here.
No, it's not. Where's the EMF?
Right here.
Oh my God, stop throwing it on the ground.
I'm sorry, here.
Okay, thank you. Oh my God,
Already
now
got
it's
the
gone.
Photo. I got the photo. It's so active.
Reactions.
What do we do?
I just got the interaction photo from it lifting that object.
Nice.
Woo! Hey, Woos. What's up, friend? Beastly, thank you again, man. Oh, I brought my flashlight back. Oh, I hate it here. I didn't mean to do that. That's okay. So much about the game. Me and my wife watch the streams and play this game, and we're starting to solve now. Let's go.
All right, it's making some beans.
Beans. Franken beans. Franken beans. Let's do this. There we go.
Where are you?
I'm gonna light the fire.
Where are you? Give me a sign. Where are you?
All right, let's get more stuff. Let's get these two and this. Did a pole tooth throwing?
I picked this up. I was like, is it still here? And it threw a beer right in my face.
It can't be a Pulte. Yeah, that throw it just did look like that thing was trying to commit a murder.
Yeah, no shit.
Holy. All right, let's go get more. We didn't start the fire? No, I did. No, that was me. I'm bringing more motion sensors so we can track this butthole.
Okay. Is the butthole?
It's a butthole. I'll put this one over here. And I'll put this one over here. And we'll put this one over here. There we go. There we go. Set up shop. But I got a blood moon, shade on sunny, unrestricted. Oh my God.
Get noisy, nerd. Come on.
Friend got killed, and thanks to your videos, I got the ghost correct. It was a haunt too. Hell yeah. You kicked that ghostie's ass. Started humming some Billy Joel there. That's a UV.
Oh, it is UV.
Uh-huh. Got it. There we go. What is this map called? Camp Woodwind. I'll get the salt. Hopefully it walks in it. Neffy, thank you for the follow. What's the new update that everyone's talking about? On the 21st, they're going to be releasing a ton of
She was
fixes.
laughing at the same time I was trying to record the blowy.
Well,
So it
she's
got
mean.
all glitchy.
Trying to get the dots here. Oh, what?
Oh, spicy. Spicy.
Oh, that doubled salt. That's hot garbage.
Wow, sir. Wow.
Oh. Well, I got the recording of that though. Hold on. And it walked in the salt and it didn't walk anymore. Okay. Oh, there's another one in here though. Here.
Yeah.
Hey, Dodger, good to see you. All right. Do I have
Come on, get
motion
blowy,
sensor?
nerd.
No, hey, oh, we need to delete the disturbed salt video.
Done.
Thank you, sir. Got the motion sensor.
Okay.
No,
All right.
no, I missed it. Oh, because I didn't want to record the salt again.
Oh, jeez.
Again, it stepped in the salt and didn't walk. I quit. I'm leaving. I quit. First time catching the stream. Vids helped a lot. Let's go, Neffy. Oh, he walked into it. Never mind. I was about to go get a photo of that nerd.
Sheesh.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I got all the recordings.
Nice. All right, so we need 2 videos.
One video, one photo, two.
Yeah,
For some reason, I was trying to say photo and then followed you saying video.
that's okay.
I have no idea what that was.
That's
That was
okay.
weird.
I'm gonna go take the
That was
crucifix
weird.
over there.
Yeah, it sounds like a plan.
Run. All right, what do I do with the video camera? I quit. It's over here. There it is. All right. Fire extinguished, disturbed salt, motion sense.
Quick note, we do have the invincible barrels.
Ah, roger that. Forgot about the barrels. Bunny, thank you guys for the follows. Blazing Ducky. Thank you, thank you. What's up, Caden? Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Or is it fortunate? Chinggis! 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 It's shapeshifted!
What are you doing?
It's shapeshifted!
Did it really? It's
Yes!
okay?
Yes! I saw it. It was Grandma, and then she fell over and she turned into a child. She Benjamin Buttoned on
She
me.
tripped and fell. Oh my god.
Now, she started from over there, which is a little sus,
I agree.
but it might be okay.
It'll be fine.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Define fine.
We have incense.
Okay. What video did I get? I don't. Did I get the video of the ghost or the whatever the other video? Let me double check. Hunting ghost, motion, fire, disturbed. Bro, she started hunting from away again. I could get the shape-shifting video if she cooperates. What are the forms the Obake can change into? They can change into whatever, like if it's a male ghost, it can change into male ghost. If it's a female ghost, to female. All right, videos are good. Where's the photo camera at?
I got one for you.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's gone.
Are you serious?
Yep, it went through the ground. Burn Cruci, fingerprint, summoning interaction. Oh. Where's her? All right, hold on. So we need a photo
Right
of the
here.
ghost?
Photo of the ghost.
Oh, okay.
We have one photo left. It has to be of the ghost.
Okay. Oh, we need the parabolic as well. Crap.
Yeah.
All right, roger that. Did I just get the whispers? No, I didn't. Shit. Oh, that's annoying. Why is the ghost avoiding you and going to the tables instead of near you? Because there's some weird barrier thing that happens here. She blew out his lantern. Ma'am, will you talk to me?
I got outside the map blowies.
Nice. Trying to get the parabolic. She ain't cooperating. Let's try this again, Grandma. There we go. Holy hell, dude.
After all this time, she finally
She finally talked to me. Damn. All right. Where's the photo camera? Mom, get the camera! I don't know where it is. Took a nothing burger. All right, your turn. You can go. You just. It's all right. Just loop her till you get the event. You'll be okay. Are they really getting rid of the animations? I think they're just fixing, like, all of them. If I'm understanding that correctly. I don't. There are some that they're getting rid of though. Like the ones where you're picking up stuff, the hand reaching out stuff. I think is just hitting the bricks, which is cool with me. There you go. See? Oh, well, okay. I was going to go say hi, but I guess never mind.
No.
It's fine.
It's my
Whatever.
granny, dude.
Your
Don't get
granny?
to say
I'm
hi.
sorry. Did she shift originally for you or for me?
I mean, we were both looking, sir, so I think
One
you
of
may be
us was a little
confused.
closer than the other one.
Definitely for me.
I'm just saying.
Wait, I was really close, sir.
Really close? Really? Were you? Yeah, the other side of the fence close? Interesting. I'm gonna burn your book.
You know what? Get buttons, nerd.
Hey, did we pick up the bone?
Oh no! I don't know. I didn't get a photo of it.
I don't think we did.
I have an idea.
Okay.
And I'll
I
keep
believe.
this one. I'll keep this one so I can run.
I was like, wait a minute. I don't think we did.
Wait a minute.
Come on, Jeffrey, you can do it. I need a better reminder on Twitch to use my Prime sub. There needs to be like a pop-up or something that comes in my notifications that's like, hey, it's available again. She's over here a knocking.
I don't see a bone.
Looking forward to having the bone in the books. Oh, I know. I'm kind of waiting for the hunt.
I found it.
You go, girl. Run, Chingus, run. Oh. Man, you're putting some work in them leather pants. My God.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look at these calves, man. That's right.
God.
That's right.
Look at him. Jesus. There's zero breathing room in those things. My God.
They're my everyday pants.
It's my wire team ready. All right. Obake is marked. Been curious about the future of the bone display case? I don't know.
Now we have a perfect.
Yeah, see? I'm glad we can reopen the truck before we leave. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Oh, bake that cake. Let's go. Henny, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Nice little Obakey. I'm not upset at all.
Oh, all these perfect games, man.
I
It's
don't know
like
what
we've
to
done
do.
this before or
I don't
something.
know what to do.
Oh,
It's
gee.
weird. I don't know.
Mr. Flash, I hate to say it, but I have a long day ahead of me tomorrow driving
Yeah,
and everything, so I think
I'm
that's
cool with
going to do
that.
it for me.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
It's getting late.
You ending, or are you going to
I
keep
think
going?
so. No, I think yeah,
Okay.
we're going to be closing it down too. It's almost 11:30.
Yeah. All right, buddy. All right.
Mr.
Well, thank you for
Chingus,
joining me tonight, man.
thank you for
I had
having me for
fun.
games,
I had
sir.
fun. Yeah, absolutely.
Always a blast.
All right.
Always a blast.
Mwah.
Oh, thank you. Here you go. Got him. Son of a bitch. Oh, he got me. Okay, whatever. That bastard. Can't wait to be able to pick the ghost type. That's going to be cool.
Welcome back.
If we get a new, like that new ghost that's going to be coming out, we'll be able to pick that ghost and guarantee it over and over again to try to test and see what it's capable of doing. We think that the new ghost is going to be released on the 21st. We think so. Not 100% about that. We think so, though. All right. Let's go find someone to raid, friends. Let us go find someone to say hello to. Let me stop raids on my end, too. Kick and Tube, thank you, friends, for being here. I appreciate you. We'll be live tomorrow. I'm starting stream with that Netflix horror game. Okay? Friendly reminder, I'm not even 100% what I'm switching to after that. But we are starting with the Netflix horror game. The one where I can literally use my phone to interact with the game. That's going to be cool. If you haven't seen that yet, tune in tomorrow first thing. 8:30 p.m. All right. Let us go searching. Let's go searching. Yeah. I've seen very little gameplay because I didn't want a spoiler, knowing that I wanted to do it on stream. So I'm excited for it. Yeah, it looks really cool. Being able to use your phone like an actual flashlight, it's wild, child. That's an early stream. No, 8:30 p.m., Grumpy. 8:30 p.m., you goober. Early stream? What the hell? Thank you, Megs. Thank you all for being here, man. If you're not in the Discord already and you guys want to get updated about when I go live, if I change my schedule, if there's extra streams, I let you guys know inside of the Discord. Because Twitch is not the best all the time with notifications. So I try to do it in multiple places so that way you can get notified. All right, let me start looking. Brain is tired. No, you're okay. You're good. Lou, thank you for being here, friend. Thank you guys so much for all the follows today. If you're new here, there was a lot of first-time chatters, man. Welcome in, friends. Great to have you. Whether you found me literally just surf and Twitch, or you found me from another platform, whether it's YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, whatever it might be, welcome. Welcome. I do multi-stream, so if you want to watch on Twitch, please, love to have you. If you'd rather watch somewhere else, I try to be everywhere so that way people can choose where they want to watch from. Some people like to throw the stream up on TV, which makes it's a lot easier on YouTube than it is on Twitch. So there's benefits to each one, for sure. Good night, Shrill. Have a good one. But yeah, friends, we'll be live tomorrow. Let me go find out where we're headed, yeah? Let me go searching. Grab an and cheese before bed? Hell yeah. As one should. As one should. Lunatic, thank you. Grumpy, thank you guys for all the resubs. Thank you guys so much for all the biddies. Thank you guys. If you rated today, thank you so much. Good night, Trisha. All right. We are going to go. Let's see. Ease, have a good night. Welcome in, but good night. We'll see you later. Appreciate having you. Greeky, good night as well. Thank you guys for stopping in at the end. I appreciate you. And Greeky's already subbed. What the hell? What the hell? All right. I think I know where we're gonna go. I think I know. Good night, woos. All right. Let us get the raid messages ready. Friends, if you're a follower, the first message is yours. If you're a sub, the next message is yours. If you're a tier 3, you're creepy. We love you. That one is for you. If you're sub, don't forget to link your Twitch to Discord if you're in the Discord so you can get the sub channel. So that way, if I'm ever trying to communicate directly to subs, you have access. Because every now and then we'll do some I'll ask questions about what you guys want to do, or I'll give a quick heads up about something that might be coming up soon. So I might ping inside of that channel. Crazy D. Hello, friend. All right. Let us go raid. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. I will see you tomorrow at a crisp 8:30 for some more fun. Bye.